Assalamu alaikum. Aaj Baji लाई है this coin and you must be thinking what Baji is going to teach. Baji is going to teach you what? Probability. I know. Most of you must be thinking probability. Although, actually, if I talk about the word called probability, it's going to be super duper easy. But what happens basically, most of the students do mistake in this. ठीक है ना? क्यों? What's the reason? Reason is this कि इसमें ज़्यादा कैलकुलेशन नहीं होती है, but you need to use your mind. ठीक? And it is very simple if you understand, and becomes very difficult if you don't pay attention to little portions of it. So before continuing with our probability, let's have a look what probability means and what are the other terms we should remember while doing a probability. So let's begin. See, if we talk about the word called probability, it basically means if an event or something is likely to happen, chances are there, and when you're not sure, okay, fine, this thing is definitely going to be happen. Like experiment. Suppose we do experiment of like something. Milk is there. If in milk you will put some drops of lemon, what will happen? It will form into a curd. Okay, curdles will form. But that is for surety. But when there are different chances of happening, okay, this can happen, this can happen, this can happen, when we can only predict about something, then in terms of that we use probability. Like tossing of a coin, number of different coins, 2 coins can be tossed, 3 coins can be tossed, multiple coins can be tossed, or 1 can be tossed. What will happen? While tossing 1 coin, we know we will have only head and tail, not other than head and tail. When the number of coins will increase, what will happen? Number of tails and head will increase. Okay, a number of outcomes will increase, but other than head and tail, we are not going to get anything else. Okay. Similarly, when a dice is rolled, what will happen? We will get number from 1 to 6, not more than 6. We are not going to get a number 0 or 6. Like if we talk about probability, probability में एक मिनट हमेशा याद रखो, probability will be equal or greater than 0 or will be lesser than equal to 1. ये बात हमेशा याद रखो. And चलो, let's have a look with some basic terms of probability so that ये इंट्रोडक्शन पार्ट हो जाए कंप्लीट, और नेक्स्ट पार्ट में वी विल बी डूइंग सम क्वेश्चंस बेस्ड ऑन इट. बट आई पर्सनली बिलीव कि यू शुड पे अटेंशन टू दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट, then only your question part and other parts will be cleared and you will be able to do it in a very good easy way. So let's begin with some basic terms for probability. So let's have first thing called random experiment. See, random experiment में what happens? Possibility of all outcomes is known, but which one will occur is not known. ठीक है? Means हमें पता है if when we will toss a coin, what will happen? Head आएगा या tail आएगा? ठीक है? But surety किस पे है कि tail ही आएगा या head ही आएगा? No ना? It's a random experiment. Dice is rolled. Which number will occur? We don't know. Now, when we play Ludo or Saap Sidi or Snake Ladder or something like that. So what happens when we roll a dice? Any number can come. Okay. So at that point we know. Okay, when rolling a dice, we know outcome will be one number to 6. Okay. At least 1 will occur or 6 will occur. 0 cannot occur or more than 6 cannot occur. It will happen. Getting my point? Okay, this like 7, 8, it cannot occur, but we know okay, if a dice is rolling, this thing can occur. Getting my point? Random experiment leads to this कि जहाँ आपको पता हो कि okay fine, possible outcomes are known, but which one will occur? Surety नहीं है. That is considered to be as random experiment. Let's have a look at the next one part. Next we are going to discuss about what? ये हो गया आपका रैंडम एक्सपेरिमेंट. ओके, एक होता है आपका वन इज सैंपल स्पेस. मीन्स व्हाट? इट सिंपली मीन्स set of all possible outcomes from a random experiment. Okay, fine, suppose a coin is rolled, head and tail will come. Okay, getting my point? Suppose I say 2 coins are tossed. So 2 to the power 2, 2 2s are 4. How many will come? 4. So what will happen? We will have head, head, tail, head, head, tail, tail, tail. Only these 4 will be considered as what? A sample space. Why? Because this belongs to set of all possible outcome from a random experiment. ठीक है? If one coin would have been rolled, so 2 to the power 1, it would have been head and tail only. Okay? So it totally depends के sample space को किस बारे में, मतलब normal way में फिर से it can be a set of all possible outcome from a random experiment. Let's have a look at the next sort of like term which we are going to discuss for probability. I hope till now it is clear. See, don't get hyper and don't look at the minutes or something like that. First you need to clear your base, then only things will become easier. Okay, like if we build our house, what happens? First we make its roots better, then only it can stand, no? Okay, automatically we cannot make a terrace or something like that. We need to make a ground floor, then first floor, then only things will happen. Similarly, first you need to understand the basic of working of probability, then only things will work out. So don't be in hurry, be patient, and with patience and with attentive mind watch the clip, and so that it can be clear for you all. Next we have event. What is an event? It is a subset of sample space when some specific outcomes are defined. Suppose I say 2 coins are rolled. Suppose this. See, what's the possibility of getting only one hat? So we can say tail, head, tail, head, tail. Okay, so these two will be considered as what? Sort of an event when specific things are being organized. Okay, like it's a subset of what? Sample space. Sample space is what? Set of all possible outcomes, and event is a specific event in which we are looking for specific condition. We can say, okay, fine, this event occurred. So we will be doing questions, so it will become more clear to you all. Suppose for event, let me clear more. If I say, what is an event possible for having only at maximum 2 heads? The maximum 2 heads are there. Okay, what's the possibility of draw an event which ensures the 2 coins are tossed and getting 2 heads? So only one can be done. So it depends. It's a sort of a subset of sample space. Okay, remember this of like specific event we can say. Let me clean the board and let's have a look at next one. Next is elementary event. Okay, this states when only one favorable outcome will be there. When only one favorable. When only one favorable outcome will be there. Okay, let me give you one example. Suppose a card numbered from 1 to 10 is drawn. Numbered kitna? 1 to 10. What is the probability or having an event with a number 7? So what it will be? Only 7 will come. 7 will occur only one time from 1 to 10. So this is what considered as elementary event. Only once things is happening. Only one favorable outcome, not more than that. That is considered as elementary event. Or if we talk about compound event में what will have more than one favorable event. That is what? Compound event. That is what? Compound event में what happens? What happens? More than one favorable event is occurring. Okay, suppose if I say same example I take, what's the probability of getting even number? So what we can say? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Probability of getting odd number 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. What is happening? More than one favorable outcomes are coming. Okay. So next, I hope this thing is clear now till now. Now we are going to have a look at what? Complementary event. What do you mean by the word called complementary event? In this event, what happens? If E is the event happening, then E bar is the event non-occurring one or not happening one. Okay, suppose let me give you example. Suppose there is a card numbers from 1 to 5. Take, and if E denotes what? Even number. What? Even number. Okay. So what will happen in this case? How many even number will come? 2, 4. 2 even number will come, and E bar will denote what? Non-even numbers, means odd numbers. So what will happen? 1, 3, 5 will come. 5. So for this we can say E plus E bar equals to sample space. All collection of the outcomes will be there. Fine. So this is clear. I hope you got it. एक और बात, probability of event plus probability of complementary event, ठीक है, is equals to 1. ठीक है, you can see from here only. भाई even number ये होगा, तो odd number they are very different. odd में even नहीं mix कर सकते, even में odd नहीं mix कर सकते हो. तो क्या हो रहा है? इसकी probabilities mix हो रही है. Getting my point? ध्यान दें, be concentrated so that you can understand what I exactly means. Here complementary event is denoting what? The non-occurring event. It will be denoted by E bar. It can be a real variable, but we are taking as E bar. So E bar will be denoted as a what? Complementary event. Getting my point? I hope this thing is clear. Next we have mutually exclusive events. Now mutually exclusive events case we talk about what they are said to be. Like if we talk about mutually exclusive event, mutually exclusive event. These are the events. Suppose two events A and B. Two events A and B cannot occur together. They are said to be mutually exclusive event, or we can say the intersection of A and B is equals to 5, means empty. What? Empty. Okay. Suppose if I will toss a coin, only head will come or tail will come. Any one can come, but both things will not come. Getting my point? If I'll toss single coin, what will happen? Either I'll get a head or a tail, but not both the things. Getting my point? So mutually exclusive events are those events where A and B events are happening and their intersection is 5 and they cannot occur together. Getting my point? तो सीधी सी सिंपल सी बात ये है भाई, जिनका इंटरेक्शन दो चीज़ें जो एक साथ नहीं हो सकती हैं वो म्यूचुअल एक्सक्लूसिव पर आता है. जब कॉइन टॉस किया तो हेड आएगा या टेल आएगा, दोनों तो नहीं आ सकते ना. तो उस चीज़ पे डिपेंड करेगा कौन से इवेंट्स होते हैं, वो म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव इवेंट्स होते हैं. देखो थोड़ा सा समझ लो, बहुत ज़रूरी है. ठीक है ना, डरो मत, घबराओ मत, पढ़ो समझो. इंशाल्लाह इट विल बी मोर क्लियर. तो इतनी बात समझ में आई. नेक्स्ट होता है occurrence of an event. What? Occurrence of an event. If I talk about this particular occurrence of an event happens when a particular outcome is obtained by performing a simple or a random experiment, we can say. ठीक है ना, which satisfies the condition. Suppose a coin is tossed and we ask what is the probability of getting at least one head. ठीक, तो we will get it. Next we say we roll a dice. ठीक है, and what is the probability of getting 3? So what we will do, 3, if one dice is rolled, if a dice is rolled, what will happen? Only 3 will come once. And what is the total number of outcomes? 6. So there will be a, means what occurrence of the event means when the possibility of outcome is happening. Okay, getting my point? Kindly ignore this background voice. I do understand. Inshallah soon I'll find out a solution for that. Till then, be sorry for that. What else I can say? Okay, so let's have a look at one. We have sure event. Sure event is an event when the probability is 1. Means they have, okay, fine, 100% sure that this event is happening, and when the probability is 1, it satisfies the condition. That is considered to be what? Or we can say event which always happens is a sure event. Means probability has to be 1 in this case. So there are many other, some points are left in the introduction part of this what we can say probability. Before jumping to the question, this is very important, so stick to it. Don't think we should go and grab directly to the questions. It's very necessary, then only you will be able to understand question in a more easy and clear way. Next we have impossible event. Its name suggests, as its name says, impossible means the event which never happens. Okay, you're getting my point. Suppose we roll a dice and I say, and the question says, what's the probability of getting a number more than 6? So it will not happen, no? You know, in a dice there are number from 1 to 6. So probability of getting a number above more than 6 cannot happen. So the probability in this case is what? 0. That is considered to be as what? Impossible event. Okay, there is one more thing we can say. So there are some terms in like points are going on. Fine. One is equally likely events. What are those? These are the events in which occur without depending on the other outcomes. Suppose there are 2 events happening, so the other one is not dependent on the first one, or either one is not dependent on, okay fine, this will happen, then only this will happen. No, they are not dependent. Or we can say any outcome will occur without preference to any other outcome. You are getting my point? We can say that. What are they? Equally likely events. Fine. And we can say one, we have favorable outcomes. Like suppose I say favorable outcome. So favorable outcome, what will happen? Which ensures the occurrence of an event. Getting my point? Which ensures the occurrence of an event are considered to be favorable outcome. Which ensure favorable outcome of an event are considered to be favorable event. Suppose I say roll our dice and get a sum of 4. So we will be getting those favorable outcomes in regard of that. Or we can say roll a dice and get roll 2 dice and get a sum of 4. 5, suppose 5. 2 dice are rolled. So what we can say? 1, 4, 4, 1. So these 2 favorable events will occur. Getting my point? So this is total, this is sort of what? Theoretical part for probability. In the next part we will be doing what? We will be working on the probability. So this one was the introduction part of probability. In the very next we will be discussing some main points, and then we will be doing some questions based on it. And I hope the probability is clear to you. I do understand today we have not done any questions, so it was necessary. On my point of view, this was very necessary, and this all points should be known to you. Okay, find what is occurrence of an event, what is a favorable event, and what is sample, what is, there are many things we discussed, like we can say occurrence of an event, mutually exclusive events, so many things we discussed. So in the next part we will be doing some questions also. Till then, keep on watching, be there, and be happy, be connected, and Allah Hafiz.